Hey, honey, get that Monopoly board out and all the fake money because it's time to buy a house. Oh, don't we all wish it was that easy? Well, whether you're on the verge of buying Baltic Avenue or Boardwalk, we know the process can seem really overwhelming. So let's just take a deep breath and let's go on a journey together right now. Hi, my name is Leslie. Along with my husband, Stephen, we help folks just like you buy and sell houses here in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know more about all the real estate market, then I encourage you to click that subscribe button and touch the bell icon so you are not going to miss out on an episode of Virginia Mountain to Valley Living. Your subscription actually helps push our videos out to folks just like yourself who are looking to buy or sell a home, and whether that's in the next 9 or 90 days, doesn't matter. And if this is your first time to our channel, we encourage everyone to schedule that Zoom call with us. And if you're not comfortable with Zoom, go ahead and pick up a phone. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. All those ways work, and all of our information is down below in that description. So, who doesn't love Instagram? Well, I'm at an Instagram photo available place. I just sold this property. It is beautiful. It's a little mini horse farm, and my YouTube buyers from out of town just closed on it. And I thought it would be an amazing location for us to shoot this video. We know that those perfectly staged photos and getting the keys to your home and getting a sold sign isn't for everyone. So it doesn't always happen that they're perfectly staged. So wouldn't it be amazing if you can just skip to the good part and get the keys and all the things? Well, it doesn't quite happen that way. There is a lot of other stuff that has to happen first. And the more you know about all that quote unquote stuff, the smoother your home purchase is going to go. So since we aren't playing Monopoly and we have to use real money, let's take a look at the infographic behind me as it's going to help me explain all the steps you're about to take on your journey to home ownership. I get asked all the time, where do I start? And the most important step in the process is building a team. Many people start their journey by going to open houses, but while that's fun, it's just not very practical. It's not really the first step. What is the first step? Well, it's talking to a local expert who's a local real estate expert. And preferably that's Stephen and myself. Stephen and I started our YouTube channel for that very reason. It allows you, the consumer, an opportunity to get to know us and to make sure that we're the best fit for each other and that you can build an amazing team. Buying a home is one of the largest financial decisions you're ever going to make. So building a team of experts that you are going to have a good relationship with is so important. So let's build that team together. I'm going to combine the next couple of steps, steps 2 through 4. Those spaces are all about choosing a good lender and making sure your credit score is good, saving all the money, getting pre-approved with your lender. So that's kind of like the money part of this process. The loan officer is a person who's going to secure that mortgage loan on your behalf. And I highly recommend you source a person based on maybe a personal reference, or preferably ask us who we would recommend. We have a list of preferred lenders who are folks that we've worked with and we know and like and trust, and they're going to take excellent care of you. The loan officer will have you fill out a pre-approval application that will include your income, credit history, and all your current assets. So be prepared with all those items, and like your pay stubs, your bank statements, your tax returns, and the balances you may have on a credit card. And if you still have student loans, you're going to need to get that information too. In return for all of the information you give the lender, he or she is going to match you with the loan that's just right for you. And there are many different types of loans out there, But generally speaking, the better your credit history and the more money you can put down toward that down payment, the better your turns are going to be. And having a good credit score of 740 and being able to, or at least 740, and being able to put down maybe 20% of the purchase price is the ideal, but that's just not feasible for everybody. Okay, so if you have a credit score of around 680 and a down payment of at least 3.5%, your loan officer is going to be able to provide you with some decent options. Okay, the loan officer will also help you decide how expensive of a house you can afford and give you an idea of what the closing costs are and explain all that to you. And closing costs are the extra expenses that you're going to have to pay to finalize the deal. And you should anticipate that to total about 2% of that purchase price. So remember that your loan officer is not your financial planner, and it's up to you to decide where you are comfortable and how much you're willing to pay on a monthly basis and what you're comfortable with. And keep in mind that you don't have to have all your ducks in a row in order to reach out to that loan officer. Even if you're not quite ready to buy, they're going to be happy to talk to you and tell you what you need to do to prepare. If everything checks out, you will be pre-approved for a home loan. All right, you have now built your team. Us as your real estate experts working together with your loan officer, we're going to be the key players on this journey. As your realtor, we're going to be your personal shopper and your chief negotiators. And it's our job to find you the home of your dreams and help you write a competitive offer for that home. Realtors may not seem hard to come by, but it is so important to pick the one with good reviews, knows the area, and has done multiple sales. Like, who does that? Someone like us? Yeah, someone like us. So, like your loan officer, we work on commission, which means we don't get paid until the home you purchase is closed. We will go over what an exclusive buyer's agreement is and what it is, or why it is super important to choose one real estate agent who's just going to represent you. All right, so let's move on to step number 5. Now comes the space most people look forward to landing on. It's kind of like that, going back to the Monopoly board, that getting out of jail free card. We're going to go house hunting. That's what we're going to do next. After looking at countless homes online and driving around neighborhoods and figuring out which home style you like the most and narrowing down the must-haves and the maybes, we get to actually get the green light to go inside and tour some of the homes you like. So let's go. Once you find the home that is within your budget and checks most of your boxes, we're going to get to move on to step number 6. We get to write an offer. Now, remember that pre-approval you got back in steps 2 through 4? Now is when we get to use it. We're going to go over the contract and decide what we're going to negotiate. Things like the price, the earnest money, the days it's going to take you to close, and all of those things. We will submit your formal offer to the owner accompanied by that letter of approval from the loan officer to prove that you can afford it. And if they accept your offer, the clock starts ticking on the purchase process, and it is very important. I can't emphasize this enough. Very important that you don't change anything about your financial situation. Your loan approval is based on things staying the way they are. So that means no changing jobs or taking out new credit cards or making large purchases like, a car or a truck. Okay? All right. If you choose to have a property inspection, we're going to be given about 7 to 10 days to inspect the house and decide whether you want to go through with the purchase. And you'll definitely want to hire a professional inspector to make sure that the house is safe and that there are no big ticket items like, say, the roof or the central air are shot. Let's say the inspector does find major problems. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to ask the owner to fix them, or we're going to adjust our offer to compensate for the expense of getting those items repaired or replaced. There's several things we can do here. All right. So After this due diligence period is over comes the quiet part. This is the part that can sometimes be really unsettling to some of my buyers. We have been going like a house fire, and now things are going to get quiet. This is when the underwriters for your loan work on your file, and they're the ones who hold the ultimate power to your approval or denial of your loan, and it's their job to make sure you check out as an amazing potential borrower. The loan officer will act as your go-between, and just like you, they want to keep you on this path of home ownership. If your lender asks you for supplemental financial documentation, it's in your best interest to provide it to them as soon as possible. This way, you prevent any delays in the loan process. So once the underwriter gives you the all clear at clear to close, it's closing day. So on closing day, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to sign the final documents from the lender and the title company, and then the keys to your home. You get to have them. Most of the time, we will close at a title company and sometimes at an attorney's office. And right before closing, your title company will provide you with the final amount that you're going to need to bring to closing, if anything. And you're going to wire your funds or provide them with a cashier's check. By this point, your loan officer should have given you a definite number of how much you owe in down payment and closing costs. And this money is actually owed to a lot of different parties. But to make it really simple, you're going to pay it all to the title company. And their job is to disperse your funds to all the right people. Most buyers show up in person, but there are times, especially some of our YouTube buyers, that they cannot be here in town to do that. So we have to have a remote closing. Either way, you will need to provide your driver's license or state ID, and you will have a stack of papers to sign, so don't let it overwhelm you. Once those documents are signed, they are sent back to the mortgage company, and once they verify it, we get to go to step number 9. Congratulations! You own your home and can start moving in. Even though the process is legally wrapped up, there's a couple of things you would need to keep in mind. Your first mortgage payment is typically due the second month after closing. So let's say you close on June 15th. You're going to expect to write that first mortgage check in August. So that being said, I hope this video has helped you understand the journey to home ownership. No doubt about it, buying a home is a huge decision. And like most big endeavors, the most important steps come early on in that journey. Making sure you have the right team members is the critical part. And don't forget, if you have any questions about selling or buying a house, I again encourage you to pick up that phone, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I will be happy to meet with you and go over all that journey with you in person. But until next time, I will see you around town.